Before the world wakes up, before the sun touches the horizon, we're already on the water. Today, we're heading out to a quiet island at dawn, chasing the low tide and having the opportunity first in the day to see what treasures the ocean has left for us. It's a few days since a huge winter storm, and the shells continue washing up, forming large piles all along the 10,000 islands. Alphabets and Florida cones, apples, pretty scallops, moons, and fighting conchs are a few shells we'll find to collect this morning, along with saying hello to some beautiful critters. I also picked up a bunch of these talons and made a couple of shell flowers that I absolutely love mounted on these cockles. Welcome to Florida Beach Walks. I'm Roxanne. Let's go shelling on Kice Island with Everwater Charters and Tours. Here we are at Kice Island. The sun just rose and it is beautiful. There's Captain Ryan and the rest of our guests on our shared tour with Everwater Charters and Tours. I am so excited. It's been a while since I've been out here on these islands. This is a little bit in reverse order because I did go to Shell Island the Friday before this, which was, I guess, technically the first time out here in a while. But I still just feel so amazed every time I'm at Kice. And look at this, there's just shells everywhere. Last episode I was with Mitch with Ajwai Bijou, and we found lots of shells after the winter storm. So this is that same winter storm shelling. Here's some egg casings of a lightning whelk, but they didn't rattle too much and some of them were kind of damp, so I just left them there. When in doubt, leave it behind. I always feel so swept away when I'm walking on Kice. I don't know, there's just something special about this island. Just so special. It's like I know I'm in Florida, but it honestly doesn't feel like, I guess this is the raw Florida feeling out here on Kice. And here is a gaudy nautica or a colorful moon snail. On the East Coast, where I'm from, a version of these are known as the Florida nauticas. Look slightly different, but real pretty too. Here's a hinged, spiny jewel box with a gorgeous purple inside. And here on Kice, you're gonna see it's sand, but those, like that black stuff, is mud. It's actually, well, not mud, sponge. Kice and a lot of these 10,000 islands are made of sponge, live sponge. Gorgeous. Solid color on that fighting conch. Oh, that's so cool. An orange calico scallop. I love collecting these orange calicos, and honestly, in the 10Ks is where I find a lot of them. And Sanibel. There's a purple one and a purplish tadulus. Gonna find a really nice hinged one of those a little bit later. And a bay scallop. Very nice and rounded. No chips on that one. Another spiny. Little rhino spiny. And we have a live Florida horse conch, our state shell. And the conch is my birth cell in June. Here's another one, an empty one that we can collect. I know the past few episodes I've been saying that's my birth shell. I guess I'm excited about my birthday. A few more months. All right, that almost blended in with those pins. Lots of pins. Okay, we got a little stiff fighting conch, but we'll leave it there. And here's a lightning whelk, a little one. And a gorgeous purple. Look at that. Purple, the royal color. And an apple Murex. Oh, I thought that was an albino. An albino fighting conch. That would be so special to find some albinos. I didn't on this trip, though. Whoops, see the alphabet cone I missed right behind there? Yeah, there's probably a few cool shells that I missed. And if there are, feel free to mention them in the comments. Come shelling right along with me. Look at all these shells. You can't like see everything. Florida cone, but it's a little busted on the top there. A banded tulip. And a worm, a Fargo or a West Indian worm. And let's see. Is that a jingle? I'm looking at a small screen on my laptop. I think that was a jingle. And here is a sand dollar. Now that is not with us anymore. Those holes, the lunules is what they're called. Even though there's a little bit of hair in them, if it was alive, all those hairs they're covered with cilia would just be moving the spines, and they are not. So these are freshly deceased. As I said, that winter storm brought a lot of the creatures up, and unfortunately a lot of them did not make it back to the ocean. And these are ponderous arcs. They're probably not alive anymore. Lots of a buffet for all of our feathered friends along the 10Ks. We got a top snail and another, I think that was a calico, and another gaudy nautica. There's a lot of gaudy nauticas I've ran in today. Did not collect them all. Too many to collect. So here's the egg casing of a banded tulip. Of that same shell, that one right here. Yep, that was the egg casings. Those are the banded tulips. The true tulips, their egg casings kind of look similar, but they're going to be a lot more ruffly on their edges. Ooh, that's a nice one. Yay, I'll collect that one. And that one cleaned up really nice with those Titan acorn barnacles. Got another sand dollar. And a jingle, but look at that. All right. I thought it was alive. That's why I dropped it real quick. Don't want to get stung by one of those. They're not lethal, but all cones do sting with their little, I guess that's a harpoon or perculum they got there. Beautiful color on that orange rough scallop, but one of the oracles, little hinge wings is busted, so I'm getting picky on that one. It's funny. Sometimes, like, I'm real picky on shells, and sometimes I'm like, I'll take them for project shells. And another gaudy nautica. The good size ones like this that don't have their shine anymore, I'll still clean them up, bleach them up, and just coat them with the shiny polyurethane to restore them. Hey, look at that. It's a Vera's moon snail. That's so cool. Here's the difference. Those Vera's moon snails, kind of like the golden moon snail, those are only found around the 10,000 islands to my understanding. So that's pretty unique. And the apple Murex, but check that color out. That's orange. That is gorgeous. Not as orange as that, but that's a great calico. Oh, I don't know how in the world these mollusks make that orange so vibrant, but it's stunning. There's a Pear Whelk. Yay, a Florida cone. Gorgeous one on this one. This is a typical orange color form. The darker form of these is known as a Floridensis cone. Here's another alphabet, but this one has seen better days. It looks like it got attacked by a boring sponge. Boring sponges will make those holes in the shells to dissolve and suck out their calcium carbonate, which is what shells are made of. A very tiny juvenile horse conch. And here's another stellar apple Murex. These are so beautiful when they're flaky like that. Love it. All right, we got a stunned horse conch. Last beach walk at Pasta Grill. Flipped over a few of these in the water and did the same here on Kice. A lot of them got washed up. Here's a smaller little guy. It's got a bit of a heel break where the shell broke off and the mollusk regrew its shell. You can see from this view here, this is at low tide. At the higher tide, all this would be covered up, and that is live sponge that we're looking at, the darkness. And when you're walking in that, you gotta be really careful. It can suck off your shoe. Gotta be careful out here. And here's another stunned animal, a lightning whelk. This is definitely a female, nice and big like that. Those can get really big and they're really heavy, but the dark coloration, it's just amazing in these creatures, along with the orange horse conchs here. Just so deep and rich in their color. All right, let's see what we can find down here. Oh, and look, Yeah, I scratched my hand somehow. I think it was the last tree I dug through. Here's a live Dusky cone. At least I think it's alive. I'm not sure. He didn't move around in there, but we'll just set him in the water. I've never seen a live little cone like that. Yeah, I didn't even realize that I scratched my back of my hand there. Ooh, he looks a little stiff, this lace Murex, but just in case. Put him in the water. I didn't dare wipe that scratch because I'm out here and I didn't have any Bactine with me, which I normally would have. Here's a little cone, so I just left it to air dry. And a banded tulip. Okay, it's a little too far gone too, but I love that color orange, so we'll hold on to it. Oh, another beautiful large mama. Oh, that's just so cool. That little disc hanging on to the fleshy part is the operculum, the animal's protective hard door. Gorgeous. The egg casing I saw earlier in this beach walk is from this type of shell. And it's large, and they've got to be large to make all those egg casings. And another Gaudinautica, but wow, that one's really saturated. Check that out. And that dried up all smooth and shiny. I usually don't come across hard dried sea stars like this, so these are safe to collect. I know they're expired, and I believe these are these small spine sea stars. I did collect another one too, but I think that one is like the common sea star. Really purple. It's spiny. Man, that's just so pretty. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's been a long time since I've been here. I'm trying to think. I don't even remember. It was before the Kice trip in July. I know that. Oh, I just feel so happy right now. Like I'm in just shell heaven. Shell heaven. There's so many shells here. Yay. It was shell heaven, and this experience can be yours too. I'm here with Captain Ryan with Everwater Charters and Tours. Every tour out with them is just another slice of heaven, and they offered share shelling tours like the one I'm on now, and then also private tours too. Private tours, you can have the opportunity to explore farther south in the 10Ks between this area and just before the Everglades. One day I would love to experience that. These islands are such a wonderful escape to raw Florida. And here's a juvenile fighting conch. And we got a rose Murex. Okay, the first one and the only one that I actually did collect on this trip. And it's orange. When I cleaned it up, you can see the modeling, and I'll show you that at the end in the haul. It's so pretty. All right, let's see if we can spot any tinies. Here's a little cone. I believe that's a jasper cone in Florida. Let's see. Oh, and here's that hinged purplish tadulus shell. Awesome. Still has the periostracum on that. Let's see. A little, what is that? A false angel wing? Those boring critters, and a beautiful little tiny juvenile lace Murex with its pink on the top. That's the protoconch, the very beginning of that gastropod. And a lettered olive, nice shiny guy. Can't really tell how they shine in the sun, but they really do. Wow, that bottom one has an exaggerated top on that. Another apple Murex. And a common auger. A little bit gray on that one. Let's see what we got. I love looking by the roots in here. Oh, here's a brittle sea star. Missing one of its legs. Not with us, but if it was, I'm sure it might be growing that leg back. Sea stars can grow their appendages. Here's a Mauve-mouth Drill. It's got a shell right in there. When I took it out, you can see the purple. Bring on the Alfies. It's got a little periostracum, and here is a bigger lace Murex with a little barnacle. And let's see, some more gaudies. Look how many shells this is. This is unbelievable. It's to the point where you, I don't know where to look. An alphabet. And an urchin. I did try, is that the one that broke? The past few trips, I've tried to preserve these, but they just all broke in cleaning. This one area just had this massive amount of pins that was just mind-blowing. Beautiful shark eye. A moon snail. Let's see what we got in here. We got another Vera's moon snail, and this one is a lot bigger than the first one. Yay, the second one. It should just be called like the golden moons. A golden moon. An angel wing, a little bit dirty, but that one bleached up mighty nice. Fantastic. A true tulip. Gorgeous. It still has bands like the banded tulip, but much smaller and less noticeable. Gorgeous. And here's a ribbed cantharus. I usually would see more of these, but I guess I just didn't spot them this time. Here's a buttercup. And another fantastic glossy olive. And here we got, let's see, what is that? A little tiny nutmeg and another stunning Florida cone. That one's gorgeous. The lip on that's nice and pretty. And here is another alphabet cone. Very dark, and I had a suspicion that one might have been alive. I see its little claw in there. The claw acts as its operculum as well. You can see the little fleshy guy. I didn't see him moving. Of course, I'm not going to go poking it, so we'll just leave it in the water and cover it up a little bit, just in case it's still with us. It can get moving around right back out into the ocean. And another Florida cone. This is fantastic. I haven't picked up a lot of Florida cones in quite a long time. And another nutmeg. These darker ones, of course, are known as chocolates. Chocolate nutmeg. Sounds like a great drink, like chocolate nutmeg. Lots of these blobs all over these pin shells, and they come in a little bit of a range of coloring, but like these light ones and like a reddish orange ones are like the common colors, and it's known as sea pork, a type of colonial tunicate or sea squirt. Here's a huge lace murex. This one was so big, but I saw the operculum in there and it looked a little tight. Yeah, that's near a fighting conch. It's like the same size. That is a monster of a lace. Okay, now that one's pretty big too, but compared to that one, no way. And I have really large hands. So we'll just put that guy back there just in case he's still in the land of the living. And a an alphabet cone. An empty one, half decent condition. We'll hold on to it. Oh, yeah, you're missing the top. Let's see, another angel wing. That one's really nice too. We'll collect that one. And a tulip. It is a true tulip, fossilized, but I'll hold on. And there is a pear whelk and another pear whelk, and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth. All from that same area. Just nuts. A second chocolate tulip. Yep, that is not the same shell. That is a different one. So I found a pair of twinsies. And here is what the hinged scallops can look like. The little calicos. That's a very juvenile one. Solid orange on one side, a little lighter on the other. All right, now I believe these are alternate talons. Some of them had like little stripes of pink in them, but I still think they're all alternate talons. And this one area just had so many of these. And of course, I'm into shell flowers now. I saw petals. Look at it, the whole area. Oh, I could have spent like an hour, but I only spent like 2 minutes picking them up because I'm like, I'm on Kice. I can't pick up a bunch of alternate talons. It's a calico clam. That's the south tip of Marco Island in the distance. A perfect angel wing. Didn't have to clean that one at all. And some alternate talons. All right, ran into a friend, Jannelle. See, we were friends before shelling. Oh, that's so awesome. Yep.
It's got this little thing right here. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
it's really pretty though.
That is a golden, if I must say. Yeah. Congratulations, girl.
My first one. Thank you.
Congrats, Jannelle. It was so nice to run into her and her daughter here. She has an Etsy shop too where she shares her shells, and I'll link that in this video's description.
It's like trying to hide.
I know. Here's the yeah, get you back in the water, buddy.
Did you get him?
Yeah, let's see. That's so cool.
I want to get a picture too.
Sure. Wow.
I forget your name now.
Oh, it's Roxanne.
Roxanne, okay.
Yes.
I'm Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. That's so cool. Awesome. Here you go. You open it back. Happy shelling.
You too.
Was that not the cutest ever? Little pygmy octopus. All right, now check this out. Not the cone. It's near the cone. Okay, alphabet cone. We'll collect that one. Oh, yeah. That is a true tulip. That's so big. The color on this is absolutely stunning. I have not found a true tulip like this since the hurricanes on South Marco, the last hurricane on South Marco Island. Yeah, I pushed on them and it kept that suction, so I knew it was still alive. Gorgeous, gorgeous specimen. All washed off. I took a few pictures, completely admired you. Please go make several more babies, please. Absolutely stunning specimen. Oh, here's the chocolate scene. Collect that for Michelle flowers. And here's a alphabet cone. And it was pretty heavy, and I could not see the mollusk inside it, but I could see like some drippage coming out. So it was no longer with us and it stunk, but I held on to it. Here's a beautiful calico and a paper fig. This has got to be hands down the brightest colored pear whelk I've ever come across. That yellow. And a lavender lip Florida conch and a crown cone. That lavender lip cleaned up so pretty. See what's in here. Got some more casings. I love looking under these roots. One day I'm like gonna find a Jannonia or a big fat true tulip that's empty that we can collect. Such a nice time out here with Everwater. Every single time I come out touring with them is just another memory of my personal heaven. And here are all of these shells that I collected and the 2 flowers that I made using those talons. And I mounted them on the cockles like this, and I got that idea from the Sarasota shell show. Mitch took some pictures for me, and a person had the flower, there were different flowers, but they were on the cockle, and I'm like, oh, brilliant idea. And I love how they look in my shell cabinet. All these sand dollars really came out pretty clean too, and I did not think they would clean. This is the first time I did not bleach them. I just used hydrogen peroxide since I have a lot of the 6%, because that's what I use to clean my other shells with. I just tried the 6%, and I had to bleach that for a whole week though. I mean, not bleach it, but soak it in hydrogen peroxide for a whole week. And I did do one change in between because it was just really dark, but they got that clean. Beautiful purple lip, and here we go, all cleaned up. I bleached it, I magic acid cleaned it, and then I buffed it with a Dremel and a buffer, and it came out glossy. Just oiled it a little bit. Yay. The minis. And a guest and viewer on our tour told me that you can break open a fresh sand dollar and fish out the entire mouth of the sand dollar and make that star. And that's what I did. And I dried it. I did bleach it for like a few minutes, and I put some Elmer's glue on the back of that, and it just stayed really, really nice little star. And there is the rose Murex all cleaned up with that mottled orange. Too bad the tip is kind of broken off there, but the siphon canal, but that's okay. That is a gorgeous modeling. All the orange just is so pretty. Yeah, look at orange long enough, guys, and you'll increase oxygen flow to your brain. Beautiful apple Murexes and laces and the true tulips and the banded one and the sea stars. That yellow pear whelk is just so yellow. That's almost beautiful. It's like a gold butter. Stunning. Love it, love it, love it. All the calicos I collected were really pretty. The barnacleized one, that gorgeous purple one was really nice too. Here's those alternate talons that had a little bit of the pink on them. I thought that was really pretty. And in the flowers, it just added a little touch of sweetness. Gorgeous, gorgeous Nauticas and the Veras, or the golden Nauticas. I think those are so pretty. And to find 2, I was like, okay, thank you, Lord. Those are awesome. The moons were nice, and the shiny olives and the sea stars. I just left them like they were. I didn't do anything yet. If you have some ideas on how I can preserve them, I heard like alcohol, but I'm not quite sure, so I don't know what to do with those yet. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I leave you with this.